Blade Master can be a very strong hero, but he needs some prerequisites. And that would be levels and items. That's the downside of the Blade. He has very high potential, but is not extremely reliable. That's a good start, though. Claws of attack, precisely what he wants. Focus oftentimes just trying to snipe items early. Oh! Guess what we have here? Fast expansion attempt by LabyRinth. That's exactly why FoCuS played the Peon Scout. He wanted to know if this was happening. Now the Blade is going to show up. Stealing a last hit here would be huge, but it's hard to manage against the damage of the Death Coil. And the DK is almost level 2 already. Ziggurat will be cancelled at least the once. Now the Blade Master is trying to prevent this expansion as much as he can, or at least delay it. Here's the coil, that's the level 2. Now we got the aura. Blade Master chasing for some kills, gets one ghoul, but losing one ghoul is certainly not the end of the world. Orc Tech has already started. Blade Master has lots of heal cells. That's good news for him. Oh, no cancel. Oh, but a 6 around. 4 points around in the grunt. If the blade pops him out, he's gonna be in trouble. FoCuS, what? Oh, that was kind of a classic fly play. Saves the grunt but loses the blade. That's not great. That was very questionable. The blade was very hurt already. That was weird. Maybe he didn't realize that the DK had the dust. But he did have the dust, and that's a rough start for FoCuS. Blade benched for a long time. The DK now getting a big experience lead. He's going to be level 3 in no time. And the Blade Master is level 1.4. Yikers. It is a significant delay on the expansion.
A player's forces are under attack.
But that is not all that matters. Narrow Tower perhaps a bit late. FoCuS thinking about trying to cancel the expansion again. But he knows he's been spotted. He knows it's hard to do. And he doesn't know, unlike us, how far along the Narrow is. And one more blunder and FoCuS certainly has lost this game. And I would argue it's already looking pretty rough. Stolen there as well. The DK play is working out very well so far for Labby. He's an undead who is very fond of expansion play. Yesterday, for example, against Happy, I think he tried expansion every single map, unless perhaps not on the last one, but in most cases he did. Oh, opportunity for FoCuS. He's got the speed scroll. He's still trying to get the cancel. We have still about 15 seconds to go or so on the Haunted. This is an opportunity to get the cancel and buy himself a lot of time. Oh, Grunt's getting blocked partly by the Acolytes. Oh, but they do get through in the end. And that's a big play by FoCuS. And this should be the cancel. Yes, indeed. Oh, this buys them tons of time. This is a very good play. And Labby a bit reckless with his movement. He could have protected his expansion. He probably should have protected his expansion. There's the speed scroll. And there we go. FoCuS with a big play back in the game. The expansion being set up anew, and this time it most certainly should come up with no speed scroll anymore. What do we see for FoCuS? Double Bestiary and Wyvern on the way. Oh, the Blade Master in the shadows. Will he try for the Haunted again? I don't believe so. FoCuS doesn't seem to have the lumber to go tier 3 himself. May want to counter expand now on tier 2. Blade Master has some very nice items. Claws and slippers, precisely what he wants. But he notices he doesn't have quite enough damage. The Narrow Tower is too strong. I think your voices Ambrosia and Banana Max with the resub. Oh, Blade here taking a bit of a beating, but will get away. Good scout by Labby. Sees the counter expansion attempt, but it's not clear if he's going to be able to do anything about it, because at the moment his army is very limited. Ghouls indeed only. The DK is quite strong on level 3, but he's low mana. So the counter expansion, in theory, should come up if FoCuS's movement is on point and he is on intercept course. Pious 95 with the resub. Thank you. And if the expansion finishes and FoCuS can get tier 3, I think he's in a good spot. But affording all of that can be hard for Orc. Lumber oftentimes is a limiting factor, which is why in counter-expanding plays, Orc normally wants to go for the lab and get the Shredder. That one is a big help. But also, very expensive. Alright, here comes the tier 3. Undead expansion is finally mining. Got a new Acolyte. And we're getting another sub. Quite a few subs here today, guys. Thank you. Kaz Canaveral with the resub. Thank you, thank you. You get trying to use as much experience as you can. Of course, at the moment, with only ghouls, without destroyers, you can't engage with the units because the Wyvern and stuff. The map control is just too strong at the moment for the Orc, but with Frenzy, that could change. Here comes the Lich. But Labby's bank isn't that impressive, and neither is his supply count. So I feel like FoCuS is in a good spot here. He's going, perhaps, for the lab. I would have loved to see him go for the lab, go for the Shredder, go tier 3. But FoCuS is looking for a catch. He's looking for the Creepjack. Ooh, and he is right on the money. Wisely, Labby bought a TP, which he's probably going to have to pop here to get out of this position. Oh, speed scroll. Needs to transfer something. Alright, with the one of Mana Seal, we got the mana for the coil. The rest of the camp goes to FoCuS. Nice little Creepjack. Force the TP. Slow down the creeping. And we have a lot of Wyvern, by the way. Getting up to 4. That is a lot of damage, but of course they have the issue of being quite frail, especially against Fiends. And now the Fiends are starting to show up. FoCuS again, moving aggressively. It can be quite hard to have the perfect balance between aggression and creeping and teching and stuff. You can see FoCuS's lumber is quite low. Seems like a war mill is desperately needed. Still sitting at 50, trying to be economical. Big Masters, very good items. And is about to get level 3. I wouldn't mind seeing crit level 2 here in this kind of a situation. But Web is about to finish. Tier 3 is ready. But the big army for Labby, not exactly. Once again, the expansion delay meant that he didn't get that much gold, didn't have that big of a bank, couldn't explode into upkeep right away as he would have ideally liked. But this is a dangerous push. Shadowrunner going for the TP, trying to kill as much as he can before Destroy the Beast popped. Destroyer form. Oh, not even in research! Destroy the Beast is surprisingly effective, but so is the Web. I guess that's not too surprising. Who's getting taken out, and they don't even have Frenzy yet. This timing for Labby doesn't seem the greatest, I gotta say. TP up by the Shadow, by the Blade Master! Oh, Invul Potion dodges the coil. Does survive as well. Well done by FoCuS and Labby, just seemingly attacking a bit too early. No Destroyers, no Frenzy. That was a bit weird.
Players' forces are under attack.
Now he's got the Frenzy at least. But still no Destroyer form upgrade. Seems like a second Slaughterhouse would have gone a long way. And now FoCuS is about to finish his tier 3 tech. He's got the Mass Wyvern already. And would love to add a TC, I would imagine. He lost the Invul Potion on the Blade Master though. That is a bit scary. This is a lot of Wyvern. FoCuS still not out of the woods by any means. If Mass Fiends are ready, Mass Web and stuff take out the Wyvern. They also give plenty of experience. This game could still go to Labby. He does have the double crypt, he has double fiend production. I think upgrades here will also be very important, and I think that's a big mistake by Labby. Only now really going for the upgrades. Only now 1-0 finished. Ideally at this point you want to be at 2-1 or 2-2 maybe even. And we're going for the counterattack. No reinforced defenses. This Burrow's going down quickly. What do we have in the meantime? Big Master has a TP. And we're going to be trading gold mines, maybe. But FoCuS, he's not going for the Haunted. He's going for the tower first. That looks like a mistake. This is wasted time. This is wasted time. In the meantime, the Great Hall is going down. Larry's about to be able to TP home and save his Haunted. Is it in time? FoCuS needs to get the trade here. And he will. Oh, Labby's just continuing the attack. He's not interested in going on home. He's going to keep pushing into the main base. Supply-wise, we are very even. Now with the TP. Shop is gone. That means no orb for the blade. But lots of damage potentially from the Wyvern. Big Nova though. Into the backline, but it was only level 1 Nova. P-Wave comes in. Shortly before the silence. Frost Armor protecting the Fiends. The DK has a lot of mana. He has tons of mana. So we mask a mana potion. But also the Fiends taking plenty of damage. It might just barely be enough for FoCuS. There's not enough anti-air, or at least not much anti-air on the Orc side anymore. On its side. Only 3 Wyvern left in the mix. That Fiend goes down. Level 4 on the Blade Master. Oh, but FoCuS losing more, isn't he? FoCuS losing pretty much everything. He doesn't have the triple hero. He doesn't have the Orc. He doesn't have Kodos. The Orc army just seems severely limited. Labby may have just barely enough. He lost a ton, but he still has the heroes fighting on and the statues. And the Frost Armor here is so good against the Blade Master again because there is no Cobbled Lightning. And the Coil Nova fends the Shadow. I think the heal wave was on cooldown. Shadow 100 drops and the rest should follow. Haunted coming up again, the main base LabyRinth now with all the advantages. And the Sophie on the DK here is so good. He still got more mana. That's another coil, another kill. 4-3-3 heroes. And looks like FoCuS going to be giving up the first map. Considering the terrible start, FoCuS made up for it in the late game. Sort of, but not enough to win this game. GG is called, and Labby takes the 1-0 with his signature playstyle. The fast expansion, exactly what he likes to play, and that is one of the downsides of Blade Master. It's a lot weaker early, it's a lot harder to prevent or damage a fast expo. The Haunted was cancelled once, but apparently that was not enough. And this now is going to trigger FoCuS into perhaps reassessing his strategies, because while FoCuS is much weaker late game, it is much stronger early game and could deal with an undead fast expansion much better. So maybe FoCuS will want to move back to FoCuS a little. We'll find out here throughout the series if he still trusts the FoCuS at times or if it's all about the blade. As we will move on to map number 2. That's going to be FoCuS' map pick, and he decides on Terranostan. Very defensive map, great for expanding, which LabyRinth might appreciate. Terranostan, in fact, is LabyRinth's map pick against Night Elf, and there he loves playing instant expansion. And that could also be a consideration against Orc, because Orc normally, especially with the Blade Master, really doesn't want to instant harass. Normally they always want to creep up a bit first, pick up some items. So this might be time for the FoCuS. We'll see. FoCuS top left. Labby bottom right. We're going to see a ghoul build, of course, again. And I think I would love to see an Acolyte Scout by LabyRinth And if he sees that the Orc is creeping, or if it's just a Blade Master, I think he should be able to fast expand pretty easily. If it's a Farseer with instant harass, then you may not want to go down that route. That's exactly the information that the Acolyte can give you. For FoCuS, this is... wait, let me count real quick. This is the 6th time... No, the 7th time. 7th time that he has made it into the top 4. So he is used to this kind of a scenario to play on the final day with the big boys. He's managed also to win the TeD Cup twice before. The very first TeD Cup went to FoCuS, and also TeD Cup 11, where he bested Lyn in the Orc Mirror. Today, these players can't fight for the championship, but can fight for 3rd place, a bit of glory, and a bit of extra prize money. Oh my god, it's a Dreadlord. Wait a minute. I was on Wikipedia looking up stats.
The town is under siege.
And it's a Dreadlord. What the hell? Emotional damage. Dreadlord against a Blade. That is very cool. I've seen Labby before skip Carrion Swarm. I think this is a mistake. I think you have to go Sleep and Carrion. If you don't go Carrion, it seems to me like you don't simply have enough damage. Emotional damage. In the later stages. Very cool though, for sure. Blade Master showing up, the Acolyte saw the Blades approach. There should be a dust. And indeed there is. Dreadlord gets a ring +5. That's not bad for him at all. He's always going to be in the front line, always going to be tanking some damage. Blade gets the 1 steal, but that was only the little guy. You gotta be careful with the sleep. Oh, and the grunt is stuck in the back. Dreadlord, though, also hurt. By the way, this ring has already been helpful. Blade is revealed for the time being. Seems like Labby is playing this very patiently. Very well so far. It's gonna be level 2. Sleep. Easy surround. Blade Master, don't do it again, bro. Don't do it again. If you do it, you're dead. And this time, he won't do it. And that's the strength of the Dreadlord early game. He is going Aura. I hope he goes the 1-1-1 build and then Carrion Swarm on level 4 maybe. Like I said, I think Carrion really is essential. Blade Master not with the best items now here, is he? Double Cloak is a bit sag. And the expansion is coming. Dreadlord first, baby! Love to see it. Labby, a very entertaining player. He's proving it here again. And FoCuS again with a bad start. At least he didn't lose the Blade, but also losing a grunt early. It's not what you want. Opportunity, maybe, for a steal. Ah, but no, the Skelly saw the Blade on the approach. Oh, that's a sick item. Big heal potion. So good for the Dreadlord. A hero that can definitely struggle with healing in the early game. Yeah, these have been very good items for the Dreadlord. Both the ring and the heal pot. Very nice. Ring of Regen would have been the best, but this is also very good. Oh, another skull. We have seen Labby purchasing quite a few skulls, inspired by Lucy, who's also done that a lot in the past. Thank you, by the way, Niftinger with the resub, and Art Vandelay with the resub as well. Says, my sub is now over the hill. Thank you. Next ring. This one might be sold, I guess. Sells the big ring. Well, that's more gold. If later he dies, and 10 HP would have saved him, then we can blame the big ring for having been sold. We have a TC second, and Raider Walker's coming. Walkers normally are very bad against Undead if the Undead fast techs, but against Undead fast expansion it's very good because Destroyers are extremely late. Boy, look at the Sleep creeping. Sleep's the most dangerous creep of the camp, and that makes creeping the rest very easy. It's going to be another big consumable for the Dreadlord, and big experience. He is going Sleep level 2, so he is skipping Carrion. Oh, he gets the Mana Stone! Oh my god, dude. How he would have loved to have Carrion now. Man, I don't know about this. I mean, he will be able to spam Sleep like crazy. That's certainly true. But is that worth it? Is that worth it, chat? I don't know. Oh, scanning for the blade. He's not here. Let's keep creeping. It's going to be level 4 on the Dreadlord. Oh, but the blade now about to show up. Has an opportunity to see the big creep. Would love to get this Taskmaster. But against Sleep, that's pretty hard. That's a level 2 Sleep. That lasts a long time. Oh, how long is the Sleep lasting? Can you steal it? Oh, bash! But the Dreadlord gets it. Scourge Bone Chimes. Oh, well, that is... Wait, that might be good. Now we can retrain maybe away from... I don't know. But yeah, not having Carrion, bro. I don't know. I don't know. It's gonna be daytime in a moment. Then heal scrolls become available and other items, including the Tome of Retraining. Dreadlord making it to the shop right away. Counter expansion, by the way. I guess I should have mentioned that. That one seems to be coming up pretty easily. TC creeping up as well. Didn't choose my skill point yet. Blade Master. Very sleepy here on map 2. Ah, we do have the Tome of Retrain. I like it. Didn't use it yet. It is a lot of lifesteal for this level 2 Vamp Aura. It's 35%, which would be insane for a blade. Oh, heal self cancelled. Oh, that was pretty sloppy. And buys a TP. Oh, getting ready for the Zeppelin drop. 2 raiders inside, trying to take out the Haunted Goldmine here. With a Shockwave, probably. Yep. There's a Shockwave. But now we have Carrion Swarm. This will do a lot of damage. Hadouken! Score the Beast. And the damage might be enough. Should be enough. Will be enough to take out the Haunted. But it may come at a price. Oh, but that seems to be definitely worth it. Ooh, the Zeppelin! And the Blade Master has TP to stay on the safe side. Cancelled! Whoops. Labby cancelling the Haunted by accident. But that wasn't very expensive. We got the DK second. Would love to see some mana potions on the Dreadlord. Oh, there we go. Speaking of which, ideally he wants to hold on to the Mana Stone as long as he can. Get that extra regen going. Oh, Blade Master with another Zeppelin. Wait, if he drops here, maybe he's out of range of the Nerub. Oh, and big creep trick opportunity right here. How strong is the Dreadlord? There's no heal scroll on the Orc side, so Hadouken here does hurt. And the Blade Master is getting slowed. I don't think that will be good enough to get the cancel by himself. Oh, big item up for grabs. DK gets it. Regon with the Archmagi. Very good find. Oh, Blade Master with a heal potion, though. Oh, but good TP. Oh, Invuln. Oh my god, he's gonna get the cancel. Wow. Sick play. Well done by FoCuS. Just with the blade and some items. Buys himself a ton of time. Tier 3 is finished for Labby, but he's broke. Real broke. No Lich 3rd started yet. But once the Lich is out, this Unlit Tri-Hero has crazy scaling. I would say it's even better than the Orc Tri-Hero. Dreadlord, DK, Lich is the strongest possible ultra late game you can imagine to have as Undead. And FoCuS tier 3 is late. Very late. Oh, wait. There is no TP on the Undead side. There's a Zeppelin ready and waiting. Another opportunity for the cancel. Is there a heal scroll? There is no heal scroll. But there's a Wand of the Wind. And that should certainly be enough damage. FoCuS with good play. Strong, disruptive play. Dreadlord. Hadouken from the other side. Oh my god. Oh my god. Everything is so hurt. Gonna have to TP here. Oh. Here's a Destroyer. Oh my god. This Destroyer. We get so many kills. What's the Destroyer doing? Hadouken. 1, 2, 3 kills. Oh my god. That was pretty expensive. But he did cancel the expansion again. Did get 1 tower. Not sure if it was exactly worth it. But look at the gold. Look at the gold for FoCuS. I guess it really is worth it. Dreadlord, close to level 5. DK level 2. That's a big level up. Here's the Lich. Zeppelin again scouting. Oh, suiciding into the towers. What? Alright, that was a bit weird. At the moment, FoCuS' army, not that big. Not that strong. Oh, wait, the TC. What's he doing here? Could just get sleeped. Yep, sleep. Get in range. But there's an invuln now. TC has the invuln. With a shockwave. Threatening the Lich right away. Oh, nice Wand of the Wind. And that's the Lich dead. Great usage of the Wand of the Wind. Oh, Coil. Doesn't get the kill. The TC still lives. And the Blade Master is finally level 3. Oh, but maybe he is still dead. One more Hadouken, and that's level 5. Okay, now we got the big damage. Not much mana anymore on the Dreadlord. This is a weird fight, dude. One more Carrion. There it is. Double kill right away. DK might be dead. Could give him the potion. And he does. Big potion used, and now the Dreadlord. Exposed, sort of. But we don't have many end snares to control him. Oh, double expansion, by the way. We have another Haunted down here. Interesting. And now Labby gonna back up. You got a big kill on the TC, though. Very surprised that FoCuS should just go for the res. FoCuS has so much gold. This is a big mistake. Should be Tavern resing the TC and should be starting the Shadowhunter. The Shadowhunter will be underleveled, of course, but there's still some creeps on the map, and he will need some healing late game. This is the biggest mistake so far by FoCuS. He's wasting so much time on this TC res. Lich is back, and once he's level 2 for the Frost Armor, this is going to be a big upgrade also. What army is Labby building, by the way? He's hardly been making any units. It's only been the heroes so far, trying to get this expansion running. But on a Tri-Hero with statues can be quite scary. Oh! Big Carrion. Skelly giving the vision. And there is one Nova as well. FoCuS needs heal scrolls really bad. Really, really bad. Here comes the Shadowhunter. Oh, FoCuS, that was a big mistake. Could have just sent something to the tavern. Perhaps he was afraid of getting intercepted at the tavern. But honestly, that shouldn't have been a big concern, I would think. Shade would be great for Labby. Yeah, good call, actually. True. He's got plenty of lumber. And now both players on 3 bases. Cool game. Fun game. FoCuS has a supply lead. But I think he needs to retrain it to stomp. I think Shockwave isn't going to cut it anymore. DK level 3. That's a huge level up. What was the item? Big Invuln. Also very good. Both for DK and Lich. Somehow the Lich is still at level 2. Which is kind of crazy. But he will certainly get there sooner rather than later. The walkers are also falling off extremely. Now that it will have destroyers. Frenzy Ghoul upgrade finished just then. Feels kind of late. And mana potion. Mana potions and heal scrolls all the time. Labby doesn't have a super strong army, but he's relying on his heroes and consumables. Oh, and this Dreadlord. Guys, of course, we're all hoping for the level 6. And we might get there. Both players have huge economy and can build huge armies, which can be turned into experience. FoCuS has 1 heal scroll. Wait, he has 3 heal scrolls. Oh my god. Okay, that's pretty sick. He stole the heal scrolls from the undead shop. Ah, I see. That's cool. But of course, undeads can buy their own heal scroll from their shop. We have plenty of heal scrolls everywhere, in fact. Oh, we're now focused with the opportunity to strike against the third base. Labby's wasting his time. He's standing around here, not doing much. He was busy morphing his destroyers and wasted a lot of time. And now, too late, he sees the approach. That should certainly mean that at least the towers here will all fall, and the acolytes, and probably also the expansion. Big mistake by Labby. Late game, not quick enough with his movement. This will be very costly for him. But if he holds at the expansion, this is still perhaps salvageable.
The town is under siege.
Dreadlord responsible for the big damage. Oh my god, that shockwave was terrible. Only hit a single ghoul with it. FoCuS needs to, I don't know, get his vision checked or something. That was not the way to do it. DK in trouble. We'll have to go for the Invo Potion, and he does. FoCuS just loses the hero. Right click on the Blade Master. First hero drops. It's big experience for the Dreadlord, but he's still far away from level 6. But he has plenty more carrion swarms. It is so much damage. And guess what? There's a shop right there. More mana potions for him as well. And it's a slaughter. Both are losing possibly everything. But the enemy hero is coming out on top. Shadowhunter just died. Didn't even see it. Oh my god, the Hadouken. Coil flies. More kills. FoCuS taps out. Unfortunately, before we get to see the Infernal. But damn, Labby does it with the Dreadlord play. Super swag. Terna stand. I feel like this is Labby's signature map nowadays. He seems so strong on Ternas in multiple different matchups. Very cool, very swag, and the Dreadlord gets a W. Hell yeah. Oh, by the way, guys, PSA. Wait, I'm gonna wait until the game starts, when everybody's listening. Thank you very much, R and HWS Rexus, with the first time sub. Welcome. All right, we are in the lobby. FoCuS is in already, setting his mind. The Blade Master is so far not working out. The fast expansions by Labby looking very successful. But Turtle Rock is a terrible, terrible, horrible map for Fast Expo. So here FoCuS may have a much better time. Just play it one base, just play it straight up. Don't have to be concerned with the expansion play by Labby. This is something that is really a cornerstone of Labby's play in almost every matchup. He loves fast expanding. Only against Happy was the one time where it really didn't work. All right, we got Labby now in as well, and we're loading in. if Labby gets the win here, this will be a surprisingly fast first game. But of course, we're hoping for FoCuS to hit the next gear and bring us some more games in a longer series. Let's hit it, Jack. There we go. Turtle Rock, map 3. Now, most players, almost all players, would think Turtle Rock is impossible to expand. I can't do it here. I have to play something different. This is the case for most players, but this is LabyRinth. And I have seen him here try multiple times still to expand, even if it's hard. And sometimes it works. And sometimes it doesn't. So I wouldn't be too surprised for him to gamble a bit here and still try with the expansion, especially considering that he has a 2-0 lead already. He can take some risks here, certainly. Oh, and what I wanted to say as well. Guys, please don't ruin this day with balance whining. You know, this is the championship Sunday day. We have a lot of fun matches today, and we want to enjoy the level of skill and the awesomeness of Warcraft 3 together here. And so please don't balance whine in the chat. It's very tedious, and it is, you know, a bit annoying. And if I catch you doing it, I'm going to ban you. So this is your one and only warning. Thank you very much, FireRun88, with the resub. It's a blade again. Against the DK Ghoul build. No Dreadlord this time, but we can be happy with having seen him at least once. I would have loved to see an Infernal, dude. Infernal against Orc, Spirit Link and stuff. Ooh, that would have been so sick. Have a skull in the inventory. There is a possibility to expand. One of the big difficulties for Orc always, in the early game especially, is limited creeping. You can try to do it with a Peon Scout, but not every Orc includes a Peon Scout. And also, of course, that one might just die, you know, and then the scouting opportunity is lost. Oftentimes, it's a lot down to the first Grunt and the Blade Master to get all the info and get the perfect counterplay. There's an Acolyte right here. If Labby expands at the gold mine, that would be so insane. It would be really cool, but I don't know if it's playable. Certainly not very reliable. Oh, Blade shows up. If he gets the last hit steal here, that's going to be level 2 denied. Oh, he was so close. A couple of ghouls hurt here. Seems like Labby took a bit more damage from the creeping than was necessary. Got the gauntlets and slippers. That is okay. The Orc tech is faster, as always, with the one burrow, compared to the ghoul build. Blade Master's sharking around, looking for some steals. Sees the DK maybe in a vulnerable position. Not exactly. Oh, the Grunt gets surrounded. Blade Master, he has, you know, been punished for trying to save the Grunt buddy. This time, though, that's a good save. He gets out as well. There's still heal salves to heal up. The DK's out of mana. This is a good early game by FoCuS. Playing this really well so far. The dust charges are gone. The blade is not visible anymore. And can even chase for another ghoul kill. Good early. Good early so far for FoCuS. Oh, can you steal this last hit? Not quite. So the claws go to the DK as well. But he's taking quite a bit of damage. We'll need probably a ritual dagger. And again, I say, very good early game by FoCuS. Very well played so far. This is by far the best early he has had. in this series up to this point. The DK leaving the base without a new Rod of Necromancy. That looks like a big mistake. He was next to the shop. Maybe he just didn't notice that he didn't buy a rod. Oh, I think that's a big error by Labby. Without rod, he can't creep much. Speaking of creeping, FoCuS now falling back, creeping the red. I like that. Big experience, big item right here. Lots of good ones to get. Ring of the Archmagi. Yep, that's a great item. And here comes the peon for the tier 2 expo with double bestiary and Shadow Hunter. Interesting. DK keeps creeping, wants to get level 3, places the skull. But like I said, doesn't have rod. Makes this creeping a lot harder than it has to be. Everything here quite hurt for Labby. Creepjack could be devastating. With Speed Scroll and Hex, I guess the DK could even die. Oh, and guess what he finds? Hello. That is 2 freebies. Oh, that's so good to have. No way. Ah, Speed Scroll to get the kill. Nice Speed Scroll. Labby's gonna boost out. He now has the Watcher Ward here. That is tons of information. Yeah, that was a big mistake, dude. That Rod of Necromancy missing. That was why this camp was so slow, this camp was so slow. That's why the ghouls took so much damage. That's why he lost 2 units. A simple error, as simple as forgetting the rod, can become very painful. Another ring. Oh my god, look at that. Bro, the Blade Master has +8 all stats. Giga Chad. Oh, and the opportunity to kill another ghoul. That's 3 ghouls killed in the early. Oh, might even be 4. Oh, he's looking for the double. He's looking for the... Nope, never mind. Not looking for the double. Oh, there's another! Oh my god, 4 ghouls killed early. With an expansion coming. This game is pretty much over. Huge lead for FoCuS. Oh, but you don't want to get too overeager. This blade is strong, but not unbeatable. Shadowhunter's coming with the rest of the gang. He's only level 2, but he's full mana. Oops. Master has the invuln, and he really would love to take out the statue. Yeah, Labby's gonna call it GG. Too painful of an early. Too sloppy in some ways, to be honest. FoCuS gets on the board, and this was a good map for FoCuS. Perhaps the best map for FoCuS. Like we saw now plenty of times, Labby is all about fast expanding. And Turtle Rock is terrible. Absolutely terrible for fast expo. Labby here never really getting his foot off the ground. FoCuS brings us to a 4th map at the very, very least. And that map shall be Northern Isles. How good is Northern Isles for Fast Expo? It's playable, but I feel like the orc could maybe go for just picking up 1 item and then harass, pick up a circlet on the way, perhaps, and then show up to harass against the expansion. So it seems like a pretty balanced Fast Expo map. It's doable for the undead, but harassable for the orc. I would think, at least. Let's see what we get. Map number 4. Labby still on match point. Does he bring it home here, take 3rd place? Or can FoCuS win now and bring us to a 5th all-deciding map? This is Labby's first map choice, by the way. So, in theory, this is a map that he should feel very comfortable on. we're gonna see a bit of a surprise with the first hero. Unlikely. DK seems to be by far the best choice here. It is the DK. Against the Blade. And we have a Peon Scout. I like that as well. Against Labby, as we have now plainly seen, you have to check for fast expansions. The Blade could just take the item here, sell the TP, get some salves and stuff, and then harass in the south. That seems prudent. DK gonna go for the green first though. Not instant expansion. Oh, and FoCuS, seeing no instant expansion, falls back. May have wasted just a little bit of time. And I think he can even creep the full camp and then move southward for the harass. And here the Peon Scout is very, very valuable for giving all this intel.
A player's forces are under attack.
Cloak again for the Blade once more. Not the best item. He's going to keep the cloak though. Oh, and Labby moving to the middle. Perhaps not so interested in expanding after all here on map 4. Last hit stealer for the Blade would be huge. That would be level 2 prevented. Labby's trying to play around it. Big last hit. Very big last hit. With the coil, the Undead has the advantage. Oh, when he does get it, the Blade... Oh, I think he perhaps even had the opportunity to steal the last hit. Would have been big. But was hard to manage to get it perfectly. Speed scroll popped. Wants to get the ghoul. Oh, that wind walk seems like it was a bit of a waste, but... whatever. Alright, and it's just attack. No expansion this time. Wait.
Player's forces are under attack.
He's not going for a tower push, is he? On the way to tier 2? That would seem pretty crazy. I'm just gonna take out the shop. Blade Master looking for some more items. Sentry wards. Ooh. Against Labby, that's really good. You never know when he's gonna expand. But didn't place a sentry. But buying the claws. That's of course a fan favorite. Sentry's being placed defensively. FoCuS doesn't want his opponent here to take too many camps away from him. And now he's got huge coverage of vision on the map. And by process of elimination, he knows where his opponent is to be found. That's right over here.
A player's forces are under siege.
Thank you, Rabbit Lord, with the resub. This cheer for the Emperor. Yep, that's going to be happening after this series. When Happy goes up against Sock for first place. Labby's creep route, I have to say, doesn't look the most efficient. Ideally by this point you want to be level 3 DK already. For quite a while perhaps. Oh, and FoCuS going for a big camp. If he gets this and gets away unscathed, this is a big deal. And there is no scout out for Labby. And again, I think it was a big mistake not getting a second rod. Without a second rod, again, his scouting is extremely limited. And also creeping is more difficult. Alright, creeping the natural now. We got the skull. Is he gonna expand? Well, I guess the answer is clearly no, because there's not enough resources. FoCuS finishes the full camp. We'll be able to heal up. Flute. He's not selling the flute. Surprisingly. Oh, because he's got double bestiary. We may see Wyvern again. It's the TC second and tier 2 expansion attempt. Lich second coming out now. DK, though, is pretty strong at the moment. He is level 3 and has full mana. More or less. Oh, Ring of Region found here. That's a great item. Checking the natural, but a bit too late for the Creep Jack. And the Raiders are coming. And again, the Sentry Wards. Giving so much intel. FoCuS now sees the undead falling back and knows that now is the perfect time to set up the expansion, which he will do. Played a bit too late to get the steal, but he has an opportunity to kill some units maybe. Wonder of the Wind found and used right away. Blade Master disabled for a little while. And the ghouls fighting right now without friendlies, of course, not what the undead wants, but good target fire on the Raider. Takes out the first one. That means no more Ensnare. But it's 2 ghouls dying for 1 Raider. Plus, double Wonder of the Wind forced. So this is kind of a win for FoCuS, you could argue. Oh, expansion set up a bit late, though. With the undead expansion already halfway through. And that was started on the way to tier 3. This is something that nobody does. That's why LabyRinth can be so hard to predict with his expansions. The timings that he goes for are very obscure. And something only really he does. Nice steal there from the Blade. The TC now will need to creep up a bit more. He was quite underleveled for some time. But now he gets to level 2. Finally picks up the aura. Blade Master tried to steal the item, but was unsuccessful. Labby picks up the Scroll of the Beast. And there was also the Invul Potion sort of wasted on the Blade Master.
A player's forces are under attack.
Haunted now finishing. Acolytes being added. And if FoCuS is stuck on tier 2, this is terrible for him. This is absolutely horrendous for him. When you're down in tech, you have to be up in economy. And FoCuS, I think he still hasn't figured it out. If he had scouted this earlier, the Blade Master solo would have been able to cancel it easily. But that's a good steal. Big experience swiped. And the second Ring of Region.
A player's forces are
Look at that HP regen. Blade Master just healing passively. That's really cool. But yeah, the expansion will be about... Will it be about to be fully mining? That sounds wrong. Will be about to start fully mining. That doesn't sound as weird. Anywho, we got the Dark Ranger third ready with the silence against the TC. The big downside of having only tier 2 orc is twofold. First, destroyers kind of destroy you. There's nothing really you can make without tier 3 that's really good against destroyers. So destroyers are a problem. And secondly, and I think that's the bigger problem, Frost Armor is incredibly good. There's no Orb of Lightning on the Blade Master. There's no Dispel of any kind against the Frost Armor. If the Frost Armor is used adequately and the kiting is good, then the Blade Master will have a very tough time being effective against the Frost Armor skill from the Lich. FoCuS is fighting uphill here, definitely. I think he has to get a big lead here right now, momentarily, or perhaps even win outright. The longer this goes, the worse it is for him, because there's still no tier 3 coming for FoCuS. He could afford it, resource-wise, but does he have the time? Unclear. Destroyer form, not ready yet. This might be the best time for FoCuS to fight before the Destros join the battle. He's got the heal scroll, had to use it early, passing some items to the TC. It's the Invul Potion, going for the Lich right after, and almost gets the kill. Where's the coil? Didn't use the coil! Oh my god, Labby with a huge mistake. Losing the Lich for no good reason. Poor movement and not adequately using the Frost Armor when he needed. Apparently, Labby was able to kill enough to still repel the Orc forces. As the Lich is being revived, he was only level 2. It doesn't take that long. But FoCuS is staying on tier 2. Not interested in going tier 3. Now we see Bad Riders joining for anti-air. FoCuS levels are looking decent with double level 3s. If his heroes can get completely out of control with double level 5, maybe there's a chance. But I have a hard time seeing it. Labby's late game movement again looking a bit weird. Running across the map seemingly without much purpose. And now getting attacked at the expansion. Is not using the TP. Just running on home. This is again big economic damage. FoCuS might be able to go for the Haunted. Labby's still waiting for the Lich. There he shows up. But there's no end snares here, so it's very hard to get hero kills. Here comes the Bad Rider. There's a second one ready. Don't know why he's not going for Fiends, by the way. Seems like Fiends would be a perfect counter here, especially with the second crypt finishing soon. Destroyer's taking lots of damage. The Lich in trouble again. Is he gonna get the kill once more? Oh, with the heal scroll. Comes in clutch to save the Lich. Seemingly last second. DK now level 4, but so is the Blade. More crits to be coming. But the Blade's items not that strong. The crits not that big. FoCuS taking decent fights, but he's still fighting uphill because of the tech disadvantage. Trying for the Lich again. The Frost Armor just expired! Oh my god, the Frost Armor expired. And Labby got double stomped. Labby's hero micro is looking a bit lackluster, to be honest. Oh, getting surrounded on the DK. Now he's gonna have to TP out. TP's to the expansion. If there was a Raider here for Ensnare, might be able to kill the DK. Oh my god, FoCuS, he's really winning this game. Labby really fumbling this late game here. Oh, and he calls it GG by Labby. Wow. FoCuS being granted a gift. Pretty poor play by Labby in the end. Lots of mistakes. And FoCuS lucky to take this one home. That is good news for us. Brings us a 5th map. But honestly, LabyRinth should have won that game. Quite easily, to be honest. Labby slipping up here as the pressure mounts. Yeah, if he had just had second crypt earlier and mass Fiends with web, he would have beaten that army so easily. Fiends and web with Frost Armor when there's no Orb of Lightning would have been super easy fights, but the crypt was too late, the hero micro was bad, and also the movement wasn't the best. LabyRinth could have played that way, way better, I gotta say. Next map choice, though, is still gonna be LabyRinth's, and his choice is Shallowgrave. This map, along with Springtime, newly added to the TeD Cup series. And with LabyRinth, we always have to wonder, how good is this map for fast expansion? And I would say not that good, really. Fast expansion is out in the middle of the map, pretty easy to attack for the opponent, and it's also a fairly hard creep camp to go for. It is doable with 4 ghouls to creep that instantly. And in fact, easy to creep if you play Dreadlord. But of course, Dreadlord will have weaknesses later. FoCuS asked for a brief break, 2 minutes, to reset and refresh. How much experience do they have on the new map? I'm a big fan of Shallowgrave. I think it's an interesting map with unique creep opportunities especially. And I think also aesthetically, it's just a beautiful map to look at. It also has a merc camp possible to be attempted early. Although in this matchup, normally merc camp and mercenaries aren't that big of a deal, aren't that influential. All right, it seems like we will have to do a rehost here. Wait a minute. What's the game name? Wait, let me ask the admins. Of course, we don't want to miss the final map. Okay, I got it. Thank you, Andy, for the resub. I'm not sure if I already said this. But anyways, thank you regardless. We were in danger of having a disappointingly short best of 5. But good thing here, FoCuS was able to step on the gas and get the next 2 map wins and bring us to a deciding last map. Turtle Rock, I think LabyRinth didn't make too many mistakes, but especially Northern Isles. That was a big fumble, to be honest. He could have taken 3rd place here already, but LabyRinth, perhaps feeling the pressure, hopefully won't be cracking under set pressure. Yesterday it was FoCuS, who had a 2-0 lead against SOC, and was about to win the 3rd map, but then because of small mistakes, lost that map and ended up losing the series in the reverse sweep by SOC. Today, it might be day for vindication for FoCuS if he can make the reverse sweep happen himself. One last map to determine. And of course, this is just our warm-up for the day, this 3rd place match. After this, right away, we're going to have the big game, the big match. Best of 7 grand final with SOC against Happy, which I'm very excited for. And I am sure you guys are as well. All right, we remade the lobby. We're waiting for everyone to rejoin and should be ready in a moment. Oh, there we go. TeD is asking. FoCuS is ready for battle, for the Horde. Now only Labby needs to give us the go. And then we'll jump in. There it is. Ready, ready. 3, 2, 1, go. Now we only have to hope for the Warcraft gods to grant us the lobby to work. Always a short moment of breathlessness, but we are indeed ready for the decision. Alrighty. Shallow Grave. Medium-sized map. Reminiscent of the standard recipe for maps, kind of. You know, you can go in a circle. There's some medium camps, approachable, contestable. I heard the map maker saying that this is basically the Secret Valley recipe. Whatever that means. Thankfully, pretty much all of our maps nowadays are much better than Secret Valley, which was a special kind of a map, to say the very least. Cool build. Grunt opening. Everything here looking standard. We're expecting a DK. We're expecting a Blade Master. And the next big question will be, is it going to be an expansion or not? from Labby. The most obvious level 3 creep route is this orange, this green, and then the natural. Especially humans love going for this creep route, but without militia it's a bit harder to pull that off at a reasonable time. The undead can do it easily if he's left alone, which of course he shouldn't be. It's going to be FoCuS's job to ensure that the DK doesn't get to level 3 too easily, and also drain a bunch of mana on the way. Oh, he's trying to go for a lightning shield creep here with a peon. It's always exciting to me, because it seems a bit random if it works or not. Acolyte is here to mess with it. Oh, and FoCuS isn't even going to bother with the Acolyte here being a nuisance, so he's just going to do it the old-fashioned way. And this is an easy camp. You can just do it with right clicks. You don't need the lightning shield. I think Labby tried the lightning shield with the coil, but it didn't work. So it's not picture perfect creeping, but it's good enough. Both start off with the claws. And the blade can harass you at the green camp, because pretty likely the DK is going to try to get level 2 either here or here. If you can prevent level 2 DK for a long time, it is very, very valuable. But it's hard to manage, especially when there's lots of ghouls involved. Ring and claws. Not fortunate enough to get the slippers. DK level 2. Oh, gets the sentry wards. Those are very valuable. And the Death Knight gets a bit of a jump start here in the experience department. The Master looking for some kills. Very aggressive early on with the movement. And is gonna get... Oh! He's not gonna get the ghoul. Let's get a cancel the graveyard. But it's a very early graveyard, so it's not really that big of a deal. Alright, FoCuS cancels the graveyard. Annoys Labby a bit, forces the tower, but most importantly, slows down the creeping. Again, you don't want to make it too easy for the DK to get level 3. Ideally, you want to prevent it for a long time while the tech is running.
Are under attack.
Up the Zenenbaum with the resub. Thank you. Blade may want to start to do some creeping of his own. Well, if he goes to the Merc camp, he could go for the Berserker. A bit risky. Oh, what a scout. 6 scout by Labby. This Skelly being down here, really impactful. Not to be underestimated. While the DK continued to creep and got closer to level 3, with the Blade still being stuck on level 1. So far, this early, definitely favors Labby. What do we see on the other side? Is it double bestiary again? Doesn't seem to be. Nope, it's the tier 3 standard 1 base play. Oh, and FoCuS used the speed scroll and got nothing for it either. This early game is not exactly going according to plan, but at least the DK is still not level 3. So that at least is in fact good. Oh, DK with a coil steal opportunity. And there we go. Gets it with a coil indeed. Blade has to leave with a wind walk. But it's just barely enough to prevent the level 3, I think. Yeah. Oh, look at the DK. Again. He's on his heels. Oh, if he had gotten that kill, that would have been so big. Get level 3 and prevent level 2. Oh, but he just wasn't looking for a second. And now, thanks to the Hex, the Orc receives map control, at least for a little while until the Lich comes out.
Players' forces are under attack.
Skelly's seeing where the Orc is going. This is very valuable right now. This tells Labby that he doesn't have to be afraid of a creepjack. So you can go for the natural creep, which isn't necessarily the easiest. And there finally receives level 3. Oh, but FoCuS with great game sense now. He notices this is basically the only camp that Labby can realistically go for. So he's going to move here and disrupt. But not fast enough to prevent level 3 DK. So now Coil Nova is ready. And that is definitely a danger. For the Grunts, for the Wyvern and the Shadowhunter. Blade Master should be healthy enough to not worry about it too much. But now FoCuS has to back up. Both players playing very nicely around each other here. Oh, and Labby forgoes the creep.
Forces are under attack.
Wait, what? No way. What? Okay, this is a bit confusing. Trying to go for the creepjack. Item, though, is on the ground. Had to use, I think, a heal salve or something. Coil flies. Shadow dies. Sick creepjack by Labby. He saw the Orc retreating, and the standard play would have been to just creep this camp now for himself. Open that one up, but he finds himself with the opportunity to go for the big creepjack, and that is a huge kill. Shadowhunter's progress now has been delayed immensely. Blade Master needs to make up. 2 ghouls taken out. He found the rune bracers, which are very good. But now might be the time to expand for Labby. I think the Acolyte, yeah, died. Okay, doesn't have the Acolyte left to expand, but could remake the Acolyte, of course. Shadowhunter is back, but the TC isn't ready yet, and the Orc is extremely underleveled. This is not a very promising position for FoCuS, but this Orc Tri-Hero always has comeback potential. With a few crits, with a few purges, things always not hopeless. Frenzy's already finished. Destroyer form is coming. Level 2 for the Lich. Pendant of Energy. Not much mana on the DK, but the statues will recover some of that, of course. FoCuS trying to creep as speedily as he can. Now he's level 3 on the blade. Wait, didn't get the item yet. That's right. Big experience for the Shadowhunter. Now, all of a sudden, he's almost level 3. Finds a Wand of the Wind that could be very useful at the right time. Oh, Blade Master steals the item. Oh, Healthstone stolen. That's a big deal. Had to use the Invuln to get out, but that's certainly worth it. Healthstone. Great to have. Levels are looking a bit better for FoCuS, but they're not looking great yet. Only 3, 2, 1. Needs level 3 on the Shadow as well. The double Kodos, 2 Grunts, and 1 Wyvern. No Raiders at all, which makes sense against the ghouls. Here's the Wand of the Wind, but instantly dispelled. The Master getting nuked right away, but he is hard to bring down. It's good bone chance, by the way. Nice item as well, especially for the Blade Master. Kodos moving forward, getting the Devour. Not a bad start of the fight for FoCuS. He's almost level 3 with a Shadow. Good stomp on the ghouls, trying to take them out. Now he's level 3. But he's lacking some mana. Also, he's lacking the Orb of Lightning. And FoCuS seems to be winning this fight. LabyRinth, with this engagement, going for the Blade Master at the start, seems to have been a big mistake. With the Rune Bracers, he's very hard to bring down. Wand of the Wind, used again, but Labby isn't done yet. Nova, right clicks. But only level 1 Nova. FoCuS looking for kills as well on the disengage. And he's finding lots of kills on the ghouls. Even bought a TP. Kodo goes down, but the rest of the Orc army survives. And as the dust settles, we can see that the supply is still very even. But Labby's about to have an expansion. But the Orc hero levels are starting to get there.
Players' forces are under attack.
Sells the ring +3. Oh my god, FoCuS. That ring is so good for the TC. And it's not much gold. Cloak of Flames. Could be not too bad. I mean, there's a lot better items here available, but DK level 4, he's very tanky, and normally it's the ghouls who have to be taken out first, so this cloak could do some good damage. Mana potion is wonderful for FoCuS. The amount of heal waves he has will be crucial. Blade Master now probably going to scout the expansion, and with seeing the expo, I think FoCuS could think about going for a tiny. Got another invuln, so he's got... Oh no, he only has... No, he does have double invuln. One in the shadow, one in the blade. And the blade can mess with the mining here a bit. And FoCuS will have to decide soon. Is he going to all in the expansion, or is he going to counter expand? I would recommend counter expansion. That's just me. Big item, Medallion of Courage, is great for the TC. FoCuS needs a lot of mana to actually deal with his camp. Blade Master, oh, he killed enough Acolytes to get level 4. That's also wonderful to have. Now he's got the level 2 crit for the next big fight. And the TC's almost level 3. 1 or 2 ghouls will do it. Labby's starting to build a big army, though. Blade still no orb. Frost armor, because of that, is still super strong.
A player's forces are under attack.
Well, the Rune Bracers will protect him, and he might need it. He is revealed, but does get away. And the Blade is buying a lot of space right here. And we do have the Tiny. I like it. FoCuS still believes in his chances in counter-expanding. There we go. Brings the peons. Probably has all the lumber he's going to need. Still one more thing is required. That darn Orb of Lightning. But there we go. TC level 3. Very tanky also with a parry apt. Love to see a ring on him. And the Blade can afford the orb. There we go. FoCuS finally online. But his army size is still a bit on the low side. But the heroes are good. 4-4-3. And in we go. Coil Nova, Raider going down right away. Oh, misclick on the Shadow Hunter. Wasted the Invul Potion. Want to go for the Clarity. Well, at least the Clarity can't get cancelled now. Or at least couldn't. Oh, big stomp. Money stomp. But good heal scroll also against the stomp. Some coders are going down, but also ghouls swiftly falling. Not too many upgrades anywhere. The stomps are beautiful. Lich in trouble as well. And the coil is there last second. DK still has mana. Lots of mana. Blade Master is starting to do all the damage. Stomp again with a double hit. Oh, even hit 3 targets actually. All of the heroes. But now the TC is completely out of mana. Blade Master has to do the majority of the damage. Shadow Hunter with the Hex trying to go for some more kills. Heal wave is there, but we don't have too many heal waves left. And the Skellies are starting to be a problem. We haven't been seeing too many crits. Blade Master only plus 11 damage at the moment. Oh, there was one crit against the air unit. Gets the Destroyer. But the DK has plenty mana still left. It seems like Labby took the fight a bit better, but it was a fairly even exchange. There's the Purge and another kill. FoCuS is certainly not out of this one yet. Going for the Lich next. The coil is there, and again the Frost Armor is so good, but the Lich is surrounded. Gonna have to go for the Invuln. Does do it. Does survive. Blade Master falling back. He is hurt. We'll need some more heal waves. Now the mana is there. One more heal wave, but then the Shadow Hunter is completely dry. DK still has a bit more left in the tank. One more Ghoul falls. FoCuS has to be careful here how he engages. Pendant drop. Mana potion used. DK again. 250 mana. FoCuS has to try to get back to the shop. But that would expose the peons. There's no burrow here to protect them. In the meantime, we have a third base, in fact. Labby's playing the economy game. He may be suffering more losses. But he might have still more in the end with his superior economy. Oh, no clarity running on the TC. That looks like a little bit of a mistake. But Labby's falling back. And FoCuS has some time to breathe. Blade 4.5. TC close to level 4. The Orc heroes are becoming very, very good. Oh, little tome for the Dark Ranger. If FoCuS finds out about the expansion, the second one, he may be able to go for another tiny. But he doesn't know about it yet. Oh, I love the parry apt on the Shadow Hunter to protect him from nuke a bit more. But the TC didn't have a clarity running. He could be almost full mana here. Small mistakes that can cost you. He'll scroll for FoCuS. Figures out the expansion now. And there's no TP available here, so there's going to be a bunch of acolytes going down. Oh, and an easy cancel. Wait, 129 crit only? What? 123? What is going on with these crits? We definitely are in need of some Kodos. There's one Kodo, but ideally you want to have a bunch of Kodos here in the late game. And now we have 2 Kodos in the mix. That is good to see. And supply is even. Economy is even. Hero levels are almost even. And I think that puts FoCuS in a favorable position. Labby starting to transition into Fiends. I don't think that's enough. I think he needs Banshees. Banshees and Destroyers. I really like FoCuS' spot now. TC about to be level 4. That's a nice level up as well. Can get it here for the last 2 creeps on the map.
Players' forces are under attack.
Alright, do we get some better crits now? 165. Okay. That's better than 123. And the TC almost has it. Almost. FoCuS going for the late game tech. Torrent Totem. He's very low lumber, by the way. Some armor upgrades would be so valuable for him. But he's also setting up a position here in the south. Wants to get ready for a third base. Here's the shade. I like that one. But just Fiend Destroyer, I don't think is good enough in the late game. We are now in the ultra late game. 70 supply plus. Now also FoCuS can go for walkers. That means he can dispel the silence and break it on the TC. Get off the perfect stomp without having to waste the invuln. Very valuable in the ultra late game where now we are. FoCuS almost maxed out. He can go for mana potions. He's got 2 already. But he's lacking lumber. He's lacking upgrades. That's the big problem. 0-0 upgrades on the Berserkers. That's very weak. Very, very weak. For the Fiends, we have 3-0 on the way. Labby doesn't have those lumber issues. But I think if FoCuS wins one more fight, he wins the game. I think Labby, his last chance is now. Because after the next fight, Orc heroes are going to be 5-5-4. If Labby doesn't win. Right now. I think this is it. I think this is the moment. Time to decide. Map 5. In this 3rd place match. Walkers, by the way, don't have adept training yet, so no way to dispel the silence. But it's big armies. Big armies on both sides. FoCuS tentative with how he wants to engage. In we go. TC level 4, invul. Oh my god, look at the stomp. It is giga money. Holy crap. Trying to split now with the Fiends. But that minimizes the damage. The FoCuS fire isn't that impactful anymore. Oh my god, the stomps. These stomps are a thing of beauty. Heal scroll use as well. Late Master, not able to put in much damage. Oh, nice invul. Dodges the coil. Blade still alive. The TCA for me is the hero of this fight. Oh my god, the stomp again. Giga stomp. And FoCuS cleaning up the rest. Labby's supply is dropping. DK also very hurt. Gonna have to TP out if he wants to survive. Death Knight could get the kill. And there we go. Double level 5. And it is game. GG. FoCuS brings it back. Reverse sweep. Very well done. And that is FoCuS in 3rd place. Still a good running for Labby. The first time he made it to the top 4, it was not enough for the podium, not enough for a medal, so to speak. A hypothetical medal. But still, a good run.